kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll.
Yo, what it do? Welcome to the Top 5 Sneaker Podcast. I'm your host, Jacarrie Carr, and I got some of my guys along with me. I have Coach Chauncey Russell. I have Coach B in the building. I have lottery pick Tyrese Haliburton in the building. And then I have my boy E, who's a photographer in the building. It's super litty today. This is our first episode of the Sneaker Podcast. So I'm going to start things right off by asking you guys, what made you want to become sneakerheads? And that question is wide open. What made you guys want to become sneakerheads?
I mean, for me, really, my favorite shoe, the 11s, we're going to get to that, but, you know, just wanted to have a collection of them, kind of. And then it branched off from 11s to some other stuff. But really, it was just always kind of the Jordans that introduced me, and I just wanted to kind of be that dude with that special number of Jordans. Then I kind of branched off, got a couple pair of Yeezys, you know, as I got older, you know, diversified myself a little bit, but them 11s is the shoe for sure.
Facts.
I was a big kid growing up, so, you know, to stay away from all the ribbon, we had to dress slick.
Straight up.
So the shoe had to come with the clothing. And that's how I really became a shoe freak, really. And it just got out of hand.
That's real talk, though.
Yeah, no, I just like wanted to express myself in different ways. I mean, my dad always dressed super nice. He had all the jumpsuits, all the Jordans and stuff. So I wanted to do it myself. The 11s is what caught my eye originally, just because they were shiny and like I'm big into movies. So like Mike, Calvin Cambridge, like he puts on some Jordans and he turned into the coldest ever. So I thought, you know, like wearing like Jordans would, I don't know, give me powers in a way and make me play better. So, and it always looked cool. So that's how I just kind of got to express myself through sneakers.
Let me ask you a question. You watched a lot of 90 sitcom shows?
Yeah.
So was your pops more like Martin or more like Will Smith with the jumpsuits and the Jordans?
Martin.
Martin did mix.
Martin did
He like Martin, but he didn't wear J's all the time. Like, my pops wore a lot of like runners. Like now he just want comfort, so he don't got a lot of J's these days. But
don't sleep on Will. He has some heat too.
Will is
coming
he
back
always
too. A lot
on
of
the
his stuff that
shoes.
even wore coming back.
Yo, Will always had the heat on the shoes. Martin had the t-shirt on.
yeah,
He had the whole guilt.
yeah. My pops wore the whole jumpsuit, so he like Martin, bro.
That's E, my boy.
I'd say I started collecting shoes just to have something to pass to my kids, ideally. I think that was always a cool thing that, like, you know, parents could pass shoes down.
Yeah.
So I started collecting shoes, and then once I started taking pictures, it was a cool way to market myself.
Yeah,
You know, you take pictures on the sideline, you go, yeah, I was the guy wearing Concord 11 on the sideline.
Definitely.
And I've met a couple different just basketball players just on that. So.
Facts. So I know, like, for me, growing up, like what Coach B said, I was teased a lot, bro. I was little, I had a gap. My last name was Piggy, so they would always go every time, like, so I would fight a lot, bro. So I would rib, bro. That's what got me out of getting bullied. I learned how to rib people, but I also did the same thing Coach B said. I figured if I stay fresh, you can't talk about me in any way. So I used to watch TV all the time, and like how you said how your pops was, I'll pay attention to Martin and Will Smith and how they would come with the shoes. So as a kid, they inspired me, and then as I got older, like now, I pay attention to PJ Tucker. Y'all see how his shoe collection is crazy right now. So I know growing up for me, they kind of inspired me. I know Martin and Will Smith to like be a sneakerhead. Did you guys have like anybody in particular who inspired you to like, man, let me get on my sneak game? Like,
Man, that's a tough one for me. I got a cousin, you know, he didn't come around too often, but every time I seen him, like his shoes was like A1. Shout out to Dave, Big Dave, that's my cousin. But anytime I seen him, like they was always fresh. He had the polo shirt, you know, to kind of match the kicks, and I was like, yeah, you know, you got to do it like that. You know, once you kind of come into your own, you know, hit puberty a little bit, you start caring about, you know, your appearance, you know, how everything look. So, you know, just watching, you know, him kind of just put me in that mode, like, all right, you know, you got to be fresh. You know, your shoes got to be fresh. You got to keep them up. And that was kind of when I realized, you know, when your mama telling it to you early, you really ain't trying to hear. You still gonna dog those shoes until, you know, you see somebody that's fresh to you, or, you know, notice the girls paying attention. So then you just got to do it. But, you know, that's kind of out here. PJ Tucker definitely right now too. Somebody I kind of his shoe game is stupid, big time.
Yeah, I never had nobody, because my era was kind of different. They were trying to work old, you know what I'm saying? But still stay fresh, but, you know, they was in leather Adidas suits, you know, they was, you know, so it was different eras. But for me, you just wanted to dress nice, you know what I'm saying, but not nobody that truly inspired me. I do know some guys out here now that's got a real shoe game, you know what I'm
Give us a
saying?
few names, man.
Randy Jordan from dang, he worked with what's his name? He worked with dang it, man. He actually got me into the Jordan part.
Nice shoe game, though.
He worked with what's his name who you wanted to go with
Oh, okay.
yeah, Randy Jordan. I know Juwan Howard and them, they got a major shoe game, Jordan game. These all Jordan guys, they just shoe game. I met another guy that was just dealing with him through free agency. I can show you on his phone, his shoe game is stupid.
Crazy.
You know, real crazy. You know what I'm saying? That really almost touch every pair of Jordans because they all a little different.
Yeah, straight up.
It's something hard, you know what I'm saying? And then you gotta have some age to this to really have them all, or you gotta have some money. I ain't got no money, I got age, so that's
Yeah.
the difference.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Right at the club.
Yeah, I ain't got no money, I just got a little age where I can figure out it, you know, and then I had a big foot my whole time, you know what I'm saying? A couple guys got the benefit like Drake Valentine, Ward, and them. When I first came back from college, I was coaching them guys, I wore 13. So I had to give all my stuff away, because 2 years later I became a 15. So I had to change up major when we come from college. And my wife today will tell you I sent over about 200-300 pair of shoes home when I was in college.
Wow.
So I had to revamp all of them and start collecting again. And now it's crazy. I don't know if you're supposed to get every Jordan or any shoe.
Straight up.
I mean, what we were kind of talking about, I mean, my dad, he's obviously the one who, you know, put me on, like, you know, matching your clothes with your kicks. Like, I always did that growing up. But for me, like, through middle school and elementary school, like, I grew up in a predominantly white area, so, like, ain't nobody really ribbing me or anything like that. Like, as long as it had a Jordan logo on it, like, I thought it was fresh. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, we go to the outlet, mom gave me, I would, like, they were all Jordans to me, so I thought they was cool.
Oh.
And like I wanted to.
So wait, before you finish it off, don't
play me.
What J's was?
Don't play me. I wasn't wearing like you know like dub zeros. I wasn't wearing that. But like like stuff like the Jordan Eclipses are like they like his walk around shoes. I was wearing them and stuff. But then when I got to high school, one of my boys, Dalton, he was talking about the OG shattered backwards when he first came out. He was trying to get them. But I wasn't really into kicks like this was my freshman, sophomore year of high school. So I'm like, let me look into this. And I'm like, they going for that? Like, I need to get into this. And these I always looked at as a little kid. Concords, I always looked at them as a little kid, but I never thought anything of it. So now I remember sophomore year, I begged my mom to give me them. I got a pair of like 2001 Concords that I wore in a game. The first game of my sophomore year. Then my mama paid something crazy for them. And she was like, I'm not buying you. You know, don't think this. So then I had to start reffing it and doing little things to make money so that I could just buy kicks and stuff. But yeah, originally my dad is the one who put me on, but Dalton is the one who kind of introduced me to like, you know, the world of like OGJs, you know what I'm saying?
So before Dalton, it's fair to say like, cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I first got in the sneaker world, I didn't know like 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6.
I had no clue.
I'm like, oh, you got the J's.
I had no clue. I had to teach myself if I was gonna try to immerse myself in this world. So it wasn't like I was going to people like, yo, what number? I'm going in my room. I'm looking up Jordans 1 through whatever, so I can be able to identify them. And then, you know, when we talk about it, I know what I'm talking about.
Straight up. About
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, I think just East Bay, honestly. I remember getting the East Bay catalog, open it
So-
up, make a little star by the ones you want.
Yeah.
Those not the favorites, cross them off, stay in there. But no, I'm pretty much different in my family. So like my brothers aren't really like me. Like they're not into sports like me. So it's like I want to be different than them. They're 8 years older than me.
So being like that, is it weird? Like you being like sneakerhead, everything, and the fam, like kind of being a little bit different. Like is that weird for you because you kind of left on in your own culture?
Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, I've never wanted to be like them. Like my brother's a nuclear engineer. Like I'm a photographer.
What?
Yeah, he's a nuclear
That's
engineer.
crazy, bro.
So like they're
That's what's
super like military family. Like it was crazy. Yeah, so like it was like I had like curfew at 9 p.m. If I was late for curfew, like grounded, no questions asked. So I was like, I don't know, I need to do something different. I was like, shoes or some way I can separate myself. So I started collecting shoes.
So I'll never forget. I can't remember the exact shoe. It was the low top 11s. I'll never forget. I was a kid. The baby blue. Do y'all remember the baby blue low top 11s? They came out with the blue pattern like this.
Yeah,
They came out with the first pair of Jordans I ever got, bro. I would never forget, bro. I treated them like royalty, bro. Slept with them, like made sure I didn't let anything happen to them. What was the first pair of dope ass sneakers that you got that you can remember, like treating them like royalty, not letting shit happen to them, making sure like you taking great care. If you walking on your heels. Like, what is the last shoe or the first shoe treated like that?
Mine go back to mine when we talk about kind of, you know, once you realize you got to keep yourself up in your shoes for sure. But it was the first pair of like Dookies I cared about, Air Force Ones, like
All white joints?
all whites, and you know, before you really start paying attention, you can ruin some Dookies in a day.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Facts.
And I mean, I got them, and this was like 2 for $89. If you know, you know. Back in the day, you get the 2 for $89.
White and black.
You got a white and black, and that's gonna last you till Christmas time. And
Straight up.
you know, and I was like, man, you know, I don't want mine. The wrinkles started coming to my age, you know. And I wrinkle shoes because I walk on my tippy toes. So I mean, I was walking like this. Everybody just looking at me like I ain't want to.
It's
That's my
handy, you
shoes,
put
but these gotta
bags on.
last too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm toothbrushing them every night. I kept them up for a good 2 months, and snow hit, and you can't really do too much after that. You know,
Put
the
bags on
rain
your
and
feet.
stain don't. It wasn't made for Wisconsin. I'll tell you that. But that was the first real pair. Like I was like, okay, I gotta keep these up. But like as a kid, that I ruined, had no real clue like what I was doing. Them Nike KG joints. If you remember, they kind of was like white.
Kevin Garnett's.
Kevin Garnett's, but they was white, and then it kind of was like
Them sound weak as hell. Like,
Adidas.
no, they was
Them sound
Nike, the
weak.
KGs,
Yeah,
but
KG.
they was like royal blue,
I know
and they
what
kind
you're
of
talking
faded to
about.
black, kind
Yeah.
of in this area, and that's a retro shoe.
That was a hoop shoe?
A hooping shoe.
I think I had them low key.
But that was a player shoe. If you can get them right now, they going for big money. But it was a player retro hooping shoe, and I mean, I just dogged them out. You know, when you're a kid, your laces, you ever just mess the laces up so bad, you see the white meat of the laces.
The string.
Yeah, the string coming up on the color. I did them like that, and I was thought back like, man, that was a big time shoe because they came back out, and I tried to get it. It's super hard to get now.
Yeah, me, why, I don't know, man. I'm trying to fall, even, I know how I fell in love with shoes. Probably some big Nikes. They was the big Nikes back then. I think they was low top, but they had the fat Nike sign on the back. They was red and white. Where, like, if y'all go down to Kenosha now and y'all see the Harley Davidson little spot right before you get into a little past Kenosha, or right when you get into like where the Cracker Barrel and stuff was,
Yeah.
that used to be the Nike outlet to the left.
Oh wow.
And then right after that, the Nike outlet was on the other side of Cracker Barrel. And then now it's where it is, and then now they got Gurney. But I remember being a kid, that was the first pair of Nikes I bought with my own money. And I think that's how you really got to understand the shoe head. When you start spending your own money, that's how you take care of stuff. Because you know, like as a kid, I probably went through plenty because I was the only kid that was in my neighborhood legally that my mom was gonna go burn the brown new them, and that's how I was walking out. But I was the youngest out of 11. So it was just me and my brother when we were younger. And my dad was really well to do when my parents was at that time. So I got a lot more than other people kids. That was just how I went. So I kind of got treated differently. I mean, I had a buddy that went to state in high school. The air flights came out for the first time. The blue. Wife is where I went and bought them from him. He went to state. I did. I'm going to take you to the mall, buy you and these shoes. Let's go. Kill two niggas. You made me jealous, right? That's my best friend still to this day. You know what I'm saying? But he was a junkie with shoes too. He kind of faded away. But he might have inspired me to like stay.
You gotta compete.
Yeah, just to stay like slick. Like when we went to college, we both went to college with 50, 60 pair going into college.
50, 60 pair of shoes?
Yeah, and then we probably built to, he might have got to 100, I got to 200, 300 easy. You know what I'm saying? Just through building and messing with chicks. And, you know what I'm saying? You know, that was I won't buy it.
Be like that.
And then we was in Minnesota too, so we didn't have no taxes. And JCPenney sold the best shoe. And so all the J's.
JCPenney sold
JCPenney. And I'm gonna give you an example why we sold
That was the
them.
Mexican joint.
No. I'm gonna give you an example on that. My best friend Trey, his name David Perry, his mom's already worked at JCPenney, so we got 30% off everything. All the slickest J's when we was up in Duluth, Minnesota came through JCPenney. Wow. It was way better than Foot Locker. Way better than Foot Locker. I'm telling you, all the Barclays, all the Rajis, everything came through JCPenney's and Duluth, Minnesota.
Wow.
That's how you had to get your stuff from. And we got the 30 off. It was one.
No tax too.
That's
No
crazy.
tax.
No tax and
89, 99. Let me get that penny back.
Tyrese, first dope ass pair of sneakers.
No, kind of like B was talking about, like when you buy them with your own money, they mean more. Because you don't want, you know what I mean? It's your money.
Yeah.
So I remember, like I told y'all, my mom bought me the Concords. Like they were 2001, so they was old. I didn't really know much about J's. I didn't want to tell y'all how much we spent on them. They was used. They was low key. They came, got to the crib. They was dingy. I was sick. Like,
They called Jay Jensen.
I sent them to this dude in North Carolina. He cleaned them. He sent them to me. They looked newer. You know, I wore them in the game. Next day I wore them picture day. And then I bring all the kids for practice. So I was just gonna practice and whatever. But we start practice. They ripped the whole. They was talking.
I would have been sick.
They was like this. You could pull off the midsole and make them go like this. And I'm not even gonna tell you how much I paid for them. That story we tell another day. They was like my mama real life. Probably for the shoe, it was like $450 for the Concord, and then they got their dingy $450, and then I paid another like $200 to get them restored, just for them to rip. It was hard, but my mom was the greatest woman in the world, so
$650.
so then she was out done, right? So then I started repping. I started repping with my pops to make money. You know, I would just ref, you know, girls, like little kids basketball tournaments on the weekend. So I remember one weekend I worked, we made $25 a game, so I worked 12 games, 12 hours on a Saturday. Felt like 30, but I, you know, got $300. So, you know, I went to eBay, you know, eBay. So when I eBay, found some 11s, because I was like, you know, like, I like those. And I was like, I'm not getting Concords because I just got them and they ripped on me, so I can't do it. So I got some Legend Blues dead stock for $280. And I remember I wore them a little bit for the school year. Once it started snowing, I put them up. I wore them in a game, like our crosstown game with Oshkosh West. But those was my first real J's that I bought my own money. But I mean, that's my first.
So with the Concords, was you hooping when you ripped them?
Yeah.
What was your thought process when you knew that they split on the midsole? Like what at that moment was it
Did
like?
you try to send them back to Nike?
No, they was made 01. They was
I
expired.
keep telling you.
But
that don't got a bubble either.
Yeah, so I was.
Fellas, anything that got a bubble, I don't care when they expired. When you bought the shoe, 84, 85, if it busts, you can just send that mug right to Nike. And now they sending y'all the nice gift cards, because I put him up on it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And they're sending a nice gift card for the whatever price of the shoe that's out today.
Wow.
But yeah, man, when they ripped, I didn't want to tell my mama. I hit him. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't say word to the boy.
But she wanted to probably show somebody. Show them the shoes we spent.
They ripped in practice. I had to finish practice. I didn't know they kicked. We only had a little bit left. But they was talking on about him. So I brought him to the crib. Brought the crib. I hit him. A couple weeks later, my mom was like, "Where are the shoes?" Like, Mom, they ripped. But again, I gotta tell you, we sent them to another dude.
To get it right.
No, because they were done. Like, the white was brown at this point, right? So we sent to another dude. He customized them. He made the upper black and made the sole green and re-glued them. So they was like matching my school colors.
Okay.
They got to the crib. I wore them one time. And they was talking again. I'm like, Mama, I ain't gonna make the investment. I swear to God, my mama ended up investing like $800 in them kicks. And they're in my crib right now. I'm probably gonna get a frame.
You got a frame.
I'm probably gonna get a frame just for the story, but
You still got them?
yeah, I still got them.
Definitely get them
They
right,
muffed
bro.
up.
They 01 Concords that are turned into black and green, and like the black is chipping. I wore them once. Black is chipping. The midsole is talking. Like,
You should have seen them.
no, wait till you see it. I'm gonna show
I'm just
you.
saying, because Jordans, I mean, I ain't gonna say Jordans, shoes aren't supposed to do that.
I'm gonna show you,
They
man.
don't supposed to do that.
First dope ass pair of sneakers.
I don't even know what they were called. I think they were modeled after like the LeBron 2s. They were like low tops, they were red, white, and blue, and they had like the down stripe right here. My mom threw them away though. They smelled bad. And I never bought a pair of Jordans after that, but until I got those Concords. But cause those came out in '95 originally, I think, right? And that's the year I was born. So I just told myself, if I get married, I'm gonna get married in a pair of Concords.
That'd be dope as shit.
And then lucky my girlfriend bought me those, so like
That's cool.
She
I
the one.
kind of owe her. I kind of owe her back, you know, the little ring. So
You the one. Okay, so this question is not on there. What's the most you ever dropped on a pair of sneakers? Now, me personally, I don't mind spending no cheese on no sneakers because I love sneakers, but I'm in Vegas with the fam. I'm like, damn, I want some red bottoms. I'm out here kicking it, but I know I'm out here trying to enjoy the trip too. Now, I got extra cheese, but this was the extras case I went out. It was going to be a long night. So I get in the stores, all type of women in there, they going crazy. I don't know what other celebrity in there. It was wild. I spent $1,100 on some red bottoms. I was sick as shit, bro, because I just spent the $1,100, but I was happy too, cause I'm thinking about my first picture, like,
Yeah.
with the feet crossed with the red on it, bro, like. But I was like, when I got on the plane, I'm like, damn. I just spent $1,100 on some sneakers, and I only can wear them one or two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. But I'm not gonna keep repeating, bro. So this is just $1,100 the same way I would have spent as $100. What's the most you ever spent on a sneaker?
Similar to you, doing too much for a trip. I spent around around 500 on some Gucci loafers. I still got them, and I'm still don't wear them. And I had them about 2.5 years now.
Well, see, we said tennis shoes or we said shoes?
Any shoe.
Any shoe.
No, I ain't think I'm getting this couch.
Yeah, let us know, cause I know you got a story for us. That's why I asked.
Because,
4 figures.
like, yeah. Because we wore gators and shit in our day. You know,
Oh,
so.
you talking about skins.
Yeah, we didn't, I ain't never for no shoes. Now, that's my problem. Like, when we talk about tennis shoes, that might be the most I ever paid for a pair of tennis shoes, them 3s right there.
How much you pay for them?
I didn't pay for them, but I gotta take credit because my wife paid for them. The regular price. I ain't never paid more than no money for no shoes. Even like, every pair of 5s I got, all of my metallics, I ain't never paid more than $99 for them.
Wow.
And I get them all out of Johnson Creek and Carr and shit like that.
So this is a better question for you than me, because I know you.
But when you talk about like a dress shoe or something, shit, I had Stacey Adams and shit back in the day. I paid $500-600 for it. So when the Gators came and the Morris and shit like that came, cause wore all types
Real
of
OG
shoes.
spill right
Yeah,
here.
so
Talking to him.
that was different. But with his tennis shoe at 250 was, you know, it's the most, and that was still the wifey because I would have probably tried to catch one a little more.
Now this is dope. We really got an OG sneakerhead in the building. So he gonna give some knowledge that I don't even know. What's the least you ever paid for a shoe? And give us the real deal, because we paying real money for our shoes right now.
$10, like $10. Like I know, shit, I had things back in the day. We had so many of them for $10.
Like
Oh,
these.
yeah.
How much you say you pay for these ones again?
$10. Like put it like this, man.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna
dog.
keep it. I got like 3 pair of them. The ones I brung you right there.
Fives?
Uh-huh. I caught the 5s. Them was right there because I love them, and I got somebody I'm gonna give the other ones to because I wore them. I never wore them. I bought them the other day from Jacarrie for the $69 from Goon. Yeah.
They had these at Gurney Mill for $69?
Look at this.
Oh,
I'll
he
show you-
getting back right
I'll
now.
show you, and I should have caught the Space Jam
For $69?
because that's what dude ended up going back and got me. I said I got them already, but I'm buying them. Whoa, you do the math.
We all gone girl.
Y'all do the
Gurney.
math. But and watch this. He know another shoe freak that coach with me, and you do too.
For sure.
You guys Russell don't know where and buy no shoes off lines and all that. We just work the stores. They there. You just gotta be patient. And me being free, where I can go to the stores whenever I want. I know to go to Nike on Monday or Tuesday.
Big dog
They
car.
got something. They got something. And I sold shoes for a lot of years. And it was always out of East Bay or Nike. You know, and I used to sell shoes for 40, 50 bucks. And I mean, I would catch some of everything. I mean, just how it goes. I mean, but like he do, and I already told him, don't you ever do it for me. Like, you know, I don't really do that. And then I have so much anyway, I don't even get to wear them on. And I'm hoping, just like he said, Emil said, I hope my grandson's gonna get a 14, 15, man. Slide in them boys, man. Like, cause I can't, it's too much, you know what I'm saying?
My kids can't get my shit.
None of my family members besides my brother can wear my shoes, and he loves Under Armour, and I would never put on a pair of Under Armour, ever. Steph Curry signed them motherfuckers personally. I love you, B. I will not put them on.
A personal signature.
I mean, I love it. I mean, I just say I'm not, even Ty, my man, I got other players that play in the league. They can sign whatever. If they know that Jim don't got that ball on it, man, I will put it up for you. It will be here, but it's not going to my feet. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Ty.
Most I paid for a pair. Probably them Off-White Air Maxes. That was like my first real like purchase. I paid like
These Air Max, I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
they maxes.
They're nice.
I paid like
Wow.
I got like the cheapest in a 14
They hard.
that have ever been sold. Those Off-White Air Maxes. Probably got like
You don't want to say.
with shipping and everything. Probably like 680.
Damn, Ty.
Probably like 680.
For these, man.
But everything, but like
I can't even
that
wear
most, like them, obviously the Off-White ones is what cost the most.
it. Right.
Like if y'all was to resell them, I ain't even worn those yet.
And what's the resale on these?
About 1,200.
Nah, I saw today, I think it was 5 racks.
5, that much out.
Yeah.
Holy moly,
Five
I ain't looked
racks,
at a minute. Holy moly.
Hey,
But,
but you said them good as gone.
Damn, Tyler, they still yellow at the bottom. You getting 5 racks for these?
I never worn them.
I know this how they come, I know, but damn, they look yellow too.
But no, most of my collection, but I ain't gonna tell you how much.
Tell you
Bro,
what,
these
I ain't
big
paid for it.
stock, bro.
I ain't paid more than 680 for them. That's all I know. Shout out to the
No
plug.
extra questions. So if I give you 500, you'll get them from me? These, the rich? Like, these?
I can try.
Let me see. Damn. I ain't doing that shit because of y'all. Hey,
Hey, the retail 5 racks right now. You can't go wrong. Even if you don't get 5 racks,
To me
bro.
for 500, I got it.
Listen,
Man,
you can give me 3 racks right now, they gone. You can give me 2.
you give me any type of rack. Any, You give me a couple hundreds, especially because I got it.
another pair.
Yeah, I got it. I want the Chicago's.
This high.
I want the Chicago's, but I can't get a.
Huh?
I can't
Those
get.
are fine too. I knew them was.
I can't get my hands.
These was.
I can't get my hands on the, the OG like these, the Chicago's.
Yeah.
So I knew I could
The
get my hands on
Chicago's
those.
ain't as much as these though. Are
The
After Last Dance, they shot up.
yeah.
Shit, I gotta pay more attention. I do, because I don't pay attention to, because I don't really buy shoes. I have never, ever, like, sold nobody no shoes on my size. Like, if I try on a shoe and I wear it, I'm just gonna give it to somebody. I won't sell it to them. I have never did that ever in my life.
The first
I think
pair-
that is so disrespectful, and don't put on my shoe. I have gave shoes away and nigga try, hey, what you doing, man? You gotta keep them. That's some bullshit right there. That's me.
Just start trying to Coach B shit out.
No, don't get in the mix of that.
Try the vibes.
No.
So somebody try to animal instinct sound right now, the motherfuckers get
They ain't really gone. Cause that ain't how I do things. You put your foot in something that ain't yours. Like even like my grandkids, they get one picture, they whole life, where they standing in my shoes and like, dang, they big, and that's it. Don't like, just like Top. Every time when I came to his school, even in your locker room, you was sitting there, you had plenty of shoes laying all around. What the first thing I do?
That was my freshman year, but I had
No, this was this year. Remember I came?
Oh, those were my practice kits.
No, I don't care what they are. What did I do? I straightened all them bitches up. Man, no shoe can't lean all on the floor. That's some monkey ball shit. Excuse my language. But I don't go like that. Like I see, I turned them up. Oh, hey, stirred them up, put them like this. Like
It was like some Paul George.
it didn't matter. But that was plenty junk. That's just me. I don't want
You're a real
no
sneakerhead.
shoe leaning. No, what are we doing? Like, that's not like cool. My grandson come up. He'll take a shoot, man. You better straighten them mugs up, man. This is how we keep it nice. And I have shoes like a long time. Like, and I know how to still keep them nice. And I mean, boxes are really hard to always keep because of space, but I try. I try. The boxes make it.
You said so they 680.
680. With shipping and everything.
They
680.
definitely hit you with the fees.
Everything.
About 60 on fees.
I know dudes back in the day
They
just
getting
would wear
back.
90s and 90s only. You know what I'm saying?
E. What about you, bro?
I got probably those off-whites right in front of you. I got those with the Chicago's as like a package. Probably like $450 each, I think.
So you paid 900 at once?
Yeah.
Damn.
But right now, the value of them ones is real worth it. I gotta
He had
give you
them.
attention.
He had them both, so I was like, I'm never gonna get both of these for that price. So,
Facts. Facts.
but I wear them. I wear my shoes. So,
That's what's up.
but I'm not only on like gym floors. So like as I said, I'm a photographer. So like I only really wear like those Concords will never touch concrete.
Right.
Like you never wore them.
What?
I only wear them on a gym floor,
Oh, okay,
basketball
okay.
floor,
Yeah.
or like I think I wore them to like a concert or like a
You
wedding.
don't understand?
I mean,
Cortezes are like my everyday shoes.
Oh.
So, like I'll wear shoes.
Yeah.
I get to the gym, my backpack, slip them on,
And you fuck they
In
whole
the meter,
understanding of.
yeah.
and then I wear them onto the floor.
So E, once again, you said these and another pair, 900
Yeah, those in the Chicago's.
in the Chicago's. Perfect. Okay, so I got one more question before we go into our hot round with Tyrese Haliburton. What is the most slept on shoe that you have in your sneaker collection? So for me, when I think about my sneaker collection, one of the most slept on shoes to me is the Chicago's.
Yeah.
The Chicago ones are so slept on to me, bro. And the reason I say that, this colorway is super hard to match some with the red, but the colorway is like sick, bro. And I be trying to wonder how can I get my shit off with like at max, but it's so hard, bro. But at the same time, it's one of them shoes where I'm like, man, I don't want nothing to touch him, so I'm walking. If it's raining, I'm taking them off. I'm on my E-flow. I'm walking in flip-flops. Like I'm making sure I'm not creasing these motherfuckers at any means necessary. So, what is the most slept-on shoe you have in your collection?
mine gonna be those cool gray 9s. I just think that's like a slick ass shoe.
Cool
I'm
gray
a-
9s. Cool. Is it possible you can hand me that cool gray 9? My bad, bro.
Yeah, I mean, as a shoe overall, to me, like 11 is my go-to, you know. But Cool Gray 11s was the shoe that I thought was the shit. And then these, like when you get these on foot, I'm like Cool Gray 11, Cool Gray 9, and I really like the Cool Gray 9 more than I like the Cool Gray 11s. And it's hard for me to say that because 11s is the pinnacle of shoes to me. But this shoe right here is just, it's timeless too. Like this, I can't even remember when these came out, but these old.
Check this out. Crazy story about me. I sold, y'all remember the very first pair of Yeezys? They was like a desert color, like a brown color. I sold them Yeezys for $800. The Cool Gray 9s. And y'all remember the Bulls over Broadway 10s? I got all of that for those Yeezys, bro. I sold them, these and the 10s for $400 when I should have just kept them. And they were both size 11.
Man, you tripping.
It was before sneakers got hot like that, though.
It happens.
Cause I had these about
You live
4
and learn,
years.
bro. You live
I
and learn.
promise you.
Hard to match.
This player,
Yeah, I was just looking at the outfit for a minute.
Coach B, most slept on sneaker you got here today out your top 5.
Out of the day,
Out your today, yes.
they gotta be them fives in front of you. They slept on.
Which one? The blacks?
No, I think the gray. I love the grays with the gummy bottom.
Bust them down for us. Bust them down why they slept on.
It's because people don't appreciate, these young folks don't appreciate the fives.
yeah.
But you love the reason, but how do you love the 3s and 4s and don't love the 5s? All they did is a tongue switch. Because you got to do something different
I got
to the
skinny
shoe.
ankles.
I don't.
Again, we
I
can-
got skinny ankles, bro. I'm not wearing them.
Now, it is, these shoes, it do feel like it's a little harder to put on at times than other shoes.
They don't bend.
But they don't bend, none of that. And I just think they slept on it. Then I like gummy bottoms too. And any gray is slick to me. But I think the 5s are the most slept on Jordans, period.
Definitely.
Because they sleep on them. And them 5s that's over there next to you.
Definitely.
Stop it. You want them to, how much you want? You want them?
All
What
right,
about the low top 5?
Alright, so
What about
I can't wear the lows.
alright, so
I got a little pair of low top.
I like the highs.
What's the dunk from above?
what's the ones with the 10 on the side and still got the 23?
it's the Neymar fives.
The Neymar 5s. I was
Them
gonna
slick,
bring them.
them
I was
slick.
gonna bring them. And I said, because that was what I was gonna wear the draft day.
Is the dunk from above?
Now I'm thinking if you do the draft day, I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna get a
It's
suit.
like all white.
Got to.
And then
Got to.
They got like the gold. It's like metallic gold, navy blue at the bottom. I'm trying to think if they lows. I got them.
Yeah, they lows.
Yeah, they lows. The 5 lows is slick. It still got a fatter toe, but they cold.
I got them for like 60.
Just like the 2 lows is cold. I should have brought some 2s up in this.
I like the 2 lows.
The all red ones.
Any
Nah,
of the 2s,
I,
highs, lows. Any
Oh,
2s.
see.
my most slept on sneaker here. These 3 are not slept. None of these 5 are slept on. I mean, that'd be a lie to tell you, because they be whacking for a 5.
So out of your collection you have, period. What's your most slept on shoe that you own?
What the LeBron 11s?
I got a pair of them.
Don't nobody want to wear LeBrons like that because he a big dude, so he got bigger shoes.
Right.
So like people and like you get weird, you wear some LeBrons with some jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody doing that. So like I got the when he came out with the LeBron 11s, I thought they were because he came out with the LeBron 10 MVPs. They were like called prisms or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, these is ridiculous, but to buy them right now, it's like. It might be 5 figures. To be honest, it's at least
The LeBrons?
at
Yeah.
least 6.
Yeah.
LeBron 10 MVPs. They had at least 6 rings. He never wore them in the game or nothing, but they colorful, they shiny, they so cold. So LeBron 11s, I think them were the kicks he wore in his first ring.
Right.
So he wore because they were in 2K14 when it came out for the PS4. I
Yeah.
remember. But the LeBron 11s, they white with the they got the blue and the pink. And it's all, changes. I'm big on the what the. So my what the LeBron 11 is my most slept on because nobody really wears LeBrons like that.
Straight up.
But like I like the whole what the collection, like what the Kobe 8s.
Man.
That might be the best hooping shoe ever, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the best
Man.
shoe to Kobe.
The best.
The best.
The
Yeah,
best.
so
by
The
far.
comfort was amazing.
So, but like nobody wears LeBron, so them the most slept on for sure.
Kobe.
Kobe's so hard to get right now. RP
It's
Kobe,
out.
man.
Yeah, I got a few Kobe's. I was about to say, I got some Bo Jacksons that I held on for the longest, the original black gray. And I got them in the 13, they're not even in the 15.
I want them gold ones. They look the first model he brought
Yes,
out, the
with
boat
boat
looking.
look, then they had the strap on
Yeah.
the top.
Them so hard to get. E.
I ain't seen them.
Yeah, what he's saying, what those, these probably the floors. I mean, they match everything. They match everything, but I got a pair of those Yeezy 500 Soft Visions, and like, I'm not a big Yeezy guy, but they're like clouds.
Yeah.
No,
Like, they're
facts.
comfy, and like,
Facts.
I mean, if like you matching logos and stuff, like, there's no Adidas logo really on them.
no.
Yeah. Facts.
So-
Facts.
He grilled me the first time I wore them.
That's a player shoe now.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's tough though. I just was saying it because yeah, the Nike, but if you wear that, you good because you already got the sign on like that.
Facts. Okay, so now as we move to the next segment, one thing that we're extra blessed to have today is we have Tyrese Haliburton here with us today. If you guys don't know, Tyrese will be a 2020 lottery pick in the NBA draft this year. So my next couple of questions will be geared straight to Tyrese. So first, just I checked all your stats. I made sure I watched more highlights yesterday to just make sure, because I seen a lot of your stuff, but through Corona, I ain't really been watching no ball. So I just looked at it again. And so from going from having a good first year to a great second year and like making yourself a lottery pick, what's your thought process, especially with you being from Wisconsin? I know you're not from Milwaukee, you're from Kenosha. I mean Oshkosh, I'm sorry, you're from Oshkosh. But what's your thought process on like, you know, damn bro, I made it basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just blessed to be in the situation I am. I mean, this has just been my obviously lifelong dream, playing the NBA. So now that I'm, you know, that dream is, I'm right there whenever we get there. But it's, the fact that it's attainable, you know, is just amazing. It's a great, you know, blessing for me and my family. It allows me to put my family in a great position and then, you know, continue to work on my game and hopefully put, you know, generations in a good position. You know, I was able to, I'm doing things that, you know, I always tell Coach B, like I feel like, my whole family would tell me we feel like we're in a movie sometimes because it's just crazy. Like, I bought my pops a car today and like that's crazy.
Dope, bro.
Because that's what, you know, something that's mattered to me, you know, getting my parents, you know, putting them in the right position, whatever they want. Because, you know, my mama is, you know, one of the greatest women in the world. She made so many sacrifices,
Sure.
both my parents. So, you know, I want to pay them back in any way I can. So, it's just a blessing. But it's, at the same time, you know, it ain't like a surprise. Like, I've worked probably harder than, you know, anybody in the world to get to where I am. You know, to a point. You know, because a lot of people in my position, they just, you know, give up or, you know, just take what people give them as their answer. But, you know, that's not how I was raised. So, you know, I'm glad to be here.
And so one thing, when you speak about your work ethic, so I've heard so much about your work ethic from Coach Rome to Coach Russell to Coach B, and they just told me how like your goal is just to outwork everybody. I'm finna stay in the gym 3, 4, 5 hours. I'm gonna stay until you gotta close the gym. For you to work so hard, and then for COVID to hit and push the drive back, what was your thought process like? Did you take it as this is more time for me to get better? Or was you like, man, you know, I'm ready to get drafted and get going with my new squad type of like? What was your process when all of that was taking place and your dream is so close? Like,
Yeah, I mean both. I mean to an extent, I'm like, man, I wish we could just, you know, because that's the, I mean, not ignorance, but just, you know, you so close, you want to just do it. But at the same time, I know when this stuff ends, I got a job that I'm going to, and I can put food on the table for my family, and we all gonna be straight. You know, there are people in the world who don't have that, you know, blessing right now, or not. They can't say the same thing. So, you know, there's a lot worse things that could, you know, happen than coronavirus stopped me from going to the NBA right now. But, you know, also, you know, with your point, it does give me a lot more time to get better than I would have. You know, big thing is, you know, strength-wise, I'm already hit my goal that I wanted to be for the draft. Now that I got an extra 3 months, it's only going to get better. So, you know, everything is you know, it's going good that way. But I mean, like you kind of talked about, it's just like, you know, I'm not really tripping off it. It gives me more time to work. You know, I think something that Eric Thomas, you know, that is the motivational speaker. He came and spoke at Iowa State my freshman year. He said something that never really clicked with me until he said it. But I feel like it's kind of the way that I was raised and the way I was kind of taught is like you tired, like close your eyes and picture your ancestors, like especially in the time right now, like what they was going through, you know what I mean, and go tell them you're tired, You know what I mean? Like they're in the field, you know, doing whatever they got to do to survive. You know what I mean? And I'm complaining about running some miles. Like, you know, like it's fine. You know, you gotta, you know, just take that and go about and, you know, get to your work. But that clicked for me my freshman year, and that kept me going. But at the same time, it's like I wanted to prove everybody wrong. You know, not as much prove everybody wrong, but prove myself right. You know, like I belong. Real talk right there. I belong with anybody in the world. So, you know, I'm still working. It's a work in progress. You know, basketball is it don't happen overnight. So, you know, I'm still a work in progress. Still got a lot of things to add to my game. But man, it's all a blessing.
I don't want to prove them wrong. I want to prove me right.
Right.
That's really deep, bro. Another thing I read that was like crazy, bro, especially with you being from Wisconsin, me seeing you work out and be next to you. Like one thing I do when I meet people, I ain't trying to be a fan, like but I am intrigued. But out of all these players getting drafted, bro, they said you are by far the wisest, smartest player coming out this draft. And so what I want to know about you being the best player and wisest player, what will your shoe game look like once drafted? What is it going to be like? I know that might be a difficult question right now, kind of. But like, what's a normal shoe that you just play basketball in? Right.
I mean, it just obviously depends on, you know, what happens with the shoe brands. If I, you know, sign with anybody, you know, the way it's looking right now, nobody knows, you know, what the sneaker market is really looking like in terms of signing with people. So I don't have a real answer for you. I just know that, you know, I wear a lot. And in college, I wore Nike, so. And growing up, I wore a lot of Nike, so a lot of Kobe's, especially with his recent passing, and you know they're so comfortable to me. I like low cut sneakers, so the Kobe's and PG, you know, we have the same agent, so I got that plug through him. So if things were like they were now, and you know I'm not with a specific brand, you know I wear a lot of different things, but you know definitely PG's and Kobe's be the main two, just because that's what I've worn. My whole life, if the season were to start today, but I mean, who knows what you know what could happen these next couple months.
Definitely. So here at Top 5, man, we just appreciate you. This is our very first episode. So to have someone of your magnitude, of your stature, to be the very first one to come over here, that's super dope. So wherever you sign with my nonprofit, Jacarrie Kicks for Kids and New Creation Customs, we're going to customize the shoes for you, bro, whatever you want on them, and then we're going to ship them out there to you free of charge. Just a gratitude, appreciation gift, bro, because we definitely appreciate you for coming out and rocking with us today.
Yeah, baby, I appreciate you, you know, having me. You know, this is real cool. I like, you know, talking about kicks. This is fun to do, and you know, I definitely think you're doing the right things in the community, and it's important, and it's cool to me to, you know, be with you at the same time. So I appreciate you having me.
That's super dope, bro. I definitely appreciate that. It means a lot. Now we in the time where everybody's been waiting for. The big question: what's your top 5 sneakers that's in your closet? And we're gonna start this one off with Coach B, because Coach B, he been talking crazy. So I called Coach B. Coach B, I need you to be, or I didn't actually call him. I called Chauncey. I don't want to get the captain. I called Chauncey. You know, we not gonna do no captain on here. I called Chauncey. He reached to Coach B. They both called me. Coach B say I could bring you a top 5 of every number Jordan that came out. So when he said that, I was sitting there like, my top 5 ain't that strong. If you can do that. So we're going to start it off today with Coach B. And what you can do, Coach, you can get up, grab your shoe, kind of explain what shoe you brung today and why it's in your top 5.
Yeah, shoot, I guess we got to start with the 11s that just came out, because I think Jordan just keep putting out hotter and slicker, S-H-I-T. So the 11s is pretty much one of the hotter shoes, and I'm loving that it's low top right now. I'm gonna leave them to last. The 5s is just my favorite. So when we see 5s, I know the old school. I'm gonna say everybody over 45, we rock 5. So that's what we trying to do all the time. Just something in the closet. I'm a Bucks fan. And I'm messing with Tyrese because this guy, you know, he going to the NBA, but he don't like our city. And I love our city. So I'm always a Bucks fan. So any ones, I can rock any. It's so cold, Tom. Damn.
Any with that 5th, that top 5 out the 5.
But these right here, The Animal Instinct 2s is amazing. This leather is amazing. I do not.
No,
I mean,
the 2.0s. They're the 2.0s. They came out with a.
Oh yeah.
They're the 2.0 of the 3.
Yeah, they have the 3.
Yeah.
It's 2. The ones you got is the
ones and them the twos.
Twos.
Yeah, the twos better.
Wow. When y'all see me with the outfit on, we'll talk about it. 'Cause I think shoes gotta have the outfits, and part of my top 5 is my outfits with my shoes. Cause I should have brought my green. So that's my top 5. Everything out here is slick. These are so cool.
Coach B with the top 5.
Holy.
One thing that I like about Coach B selection, he says he like 5, as you can tell. The coldest 5 I had was the Wolf Grays.
Yes.
But that was my favorite 5 I had. I ain't never really had no 5 that I just love, but that was the best one that I had. Next, let's go with Coach Russell. What's your top 5?
Yo, man, real quick. All right. We talked about it a little bit, but I said 11 is by far my favorite shoe. 11 my favorite number because of the shoe. But man, so I had to bring them out. My favorite 311 high tops, man. I got a lot of 11 lows, for sure. More 11 lows than I do highs, but got to keep it classic, kind of with the originals. You see the Space Jams. These is the re-release. What was it? A couple years back. Gym Reds. Love them. It's a different type of red. That's why I really like them. It's not the reddish, but it's like a deep, deep red, and I like that color. And yeah, the Breds got to keep it classic. These the most recent releases too. And like I said, the most slept on shoe I got, the Cool Grade 9. It's just a player shoe. I think you can wear this with anything, any outfit. It's gonna survive. Now, this the most heat I got, kind of currently. Gotta show the bag a little bit.
I see you. All right, big guy.
But this the Fear God. One string came out kind of all-star weekend, real exclusive, hard to get. Not too many people got them. Come with a lot of different accessories. Special pouches, Fear God pouch. Show my little stuff off a little bit. Come with all type of laces and shoestring holders, stuff like that. But I like this shoe. It's a player shoe. It's really slick, but really, just looking at it, it kind of look a little weird, but I think it's kind of smooth because you can really wear it with outfits. You can kind of get it off. And originally, I guess it's a hooping shoe. You see PJ Tucker rocking his a couple times, dropped the NBA. That kind of opened my eyes to him. Then somebody was telling me the other day, when you play 2K, you do kind of like your My Players and stuff like that. This shoe give you the most attributes when you add them to your guy. So I was like, all right, they know what they talking about. So that's my top 5 real quick. This is my most heated shoe that I got. But, 11s is where it all started.
1,000?
No, this one, some I seen go for 1,000, but the average I think right now is like 650. But it's a real exclusive release. The string. They based, really what a lot of people don't know, they based off the Iversons.
They motherfuckers smell so new, like
they based off the Iversons.
The Jerry Lorenzo.
Oh, makes sense.
Jerry Lorenzo.
They made these yesterday, bro.
He don't know, bro. He said, he said, bro.
Yeah, but it's cologne or something on the motherfuckers.
They've been worn one.
No, I'm saying they smell
Bath and Body Works or something.
Man.
So we got Coach B top 5. We got Coach Russell top 5. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna give my top 5, and then I'm gonna let E and Tyrese do theirs together because they raw dogs. So and they got a lot of heat. They got the most heat here. So one of my faves off top is the UNC 3s. The reason I like the UNC 3s, when I was a kid, the first shoe colorway I got was the sky blue and white 11s, low tops. And so ever since then, I fell in love with every shoe that came out this way. My next one will be the Chicago ones. Being honest, I like every shoe they dropped with that All-Star pack on it. It was all dope, but I like these pretty much because of the colorway. The colorway is kind of funky. It's hard to match. But at the same time, you can really get your shit off by little details. So that was super dope. The Soft Vision Yeezys is by far my favorite. Only because of the pink colorway. One thing I like about Yeezy is all his shoes are like fat and they all look kind of weird. So they're extra comfortable. Only thing is with these, it's kind of hard to like put a fit together. So you gotta wear them with like Adidas jogging pants or something like that. Something to just get by. Like Coach B said, the 11s that just dropped is one of my favorites only because of the colorway. The colorway is kind of sick. You can wear black jeans, white, red or black shirt. Super easy fit to put together. But the patent leather is super dope on these for me. And then my favorite out of all of my kicks is my Shattered Backboard 2.0s. And the reason I like these is the bottom, I don't know what, is this yellow? What we pronounce it as yellow? But they come with like this yellow bottom in this super crazy material where they kind of look like they've been used, but they haven't been used that much yet. And these are my top 5 out of my top 5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it to my boy Tyrese Haliburton and my boy E, because they really got that heat. Like, out of all top 5s today, they got the top right now. So let's put it on there one time.
Yeah, I really like the top 3 Jordans too. The Jordan 1, top 3s, as I said, they match everything. Ty's got them at home. But yeah, pretty much match every fit you could ever want with this set of 5.
Definitely. Yeah, these hot. I still want these so bad, bro. These are so cold. Ty, man, you got the best 5 out here, man. Explain your top 5 to us. Talk to us. Don't talk to us nicely. Let us
I'm
know.
gonna go from worst to best in terms of what I have here. So these, I spent a lot for these, but really I like Off-White Forces the most, the blue joints. But you know they taxing for those, so I had to get a pair of whites because I had to. So I went and got these because these was kind of the cheapest ones on StockX, and I mean I want the whole Off-White collection here soon. I mean I'll probably get it here soon. 4, I'll probably go with these. They classic. I remember writing papers about Michael Jordan as a kid. I remember doing my 3rd grade biography on him and talking about kicks because that was what I liked. And I remember these ain't the band because they don't got the X on the back, but I mean they essentially them. So I've always had an eye for these.
Them so fire, bro. Them probably would have been like 2 for me, maybe never 1.
The Travises I like because they just different. I mean, obviously there's a lot of hype behind them. I'm not really with all the hype, but I mean the backwards Nike sign, they just different. I like to do different things to kind of express myself and stand out. I like the highs better than the lows, but I got the lows in hand right now. The highs on the way. These number 2. I really like Chicago 1s. They're probably my favorite pair of 1s. They ain't came out since. I mean, the last pair of Chicago's released probably like 2014. So to get a dead stock pair would be really hard at this point in time. So these came out more recent, and they got a lot of hype behind them. So these are the first pair of Off-Whites I ever got. So I needed these. Just stand out, different laces. I like, they got the orange laces and the green laces, but that's doing too much for me. So I just do that. And then number 1 is these, no question. In my life, I'll probably end up owning 10. I'll probably own like 10 pair of these in my lifetime just because they're the first pair of kicks that, as a kid, they caught my eye. I was like, man, these are so crazy. I got 2 pair of these. I got 2 pair right now. I wore a pair in the Big 12 championship my freshman year. They still got confetti in the bottom. I'm gonna frame those. But these, I barely even wear them. They look dirty, but I'll probably own a lot of these in my life just because I like to wear them. They match everything. Shiny, they stand out. But these are my top 5. If I was doing my top 5 ever, I'll probably replace the Travis lows with the highs. And I would probably do either the blue Off-White Forces. I'll probably do the blue Off-White Forces. That'd be my real top 5. I was giving y'all my real top 5.
Quick question. How do the Concords make it over the Off-White ones?
That's all.
Because these have sentimental value. Like since I was a little kid, like these is tough, and like they got a lot of hype on them, because of what they are. But nothing will ever touch these because these are the first pair of Jordans that I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like I needed these, and
you invested that $800
that first time. Yeah, and they shiny and.
I don't think you've ever lost in a pair of Concords.
Not to my knowledge. I don't think I did. Lost to Kansas my freshman year.
That's it.
That's big
But
boy
yeah,
talk, dog. You can't. You ain't
that's
say
my-
Riverside or something. You
that's
can
my
say
top.
Kansas. Yeah, you said Riverside. Hey man, listen. So we got some great stuff going on, but that's today's episode of Top 5 Sneaker Podcast. I want to give a huge shout out to Midwest Ballers for just looking out. Make sure you guys go follow them on all social media tags. I want to give a huge shout out to Coach Russell, Coach B. Johniken,
For sure.
my boy Tyrese Haliburton. Good luck and congratulations again on the lottery pick. And my boy E. Make sure if you guys need photos, you get with E ASAP. This is Top 5, man. Thank you guys again for tuning in.
All these levels go.
Hey, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll. Rockin' fly kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll. Coming out,